Hello, everybody. My name is Lisa Allen. I have a page on Facebook called Lisa's Pretty Little Things. I do not have a subscription thing started here on YouTube. I am just recording my work on this daisy. My reference photo is from this, and I'm doing my best to recreate this circle, this little crown right here. It's really lovely. So this is what we're going to try to do to add some color through dots, and I may have to soften that just a bit, like so, and we're going to try to attempt to recreate this. And I hope I can. This is Winsor & Newton paints. This is the Cotton set, and I really like it. And this may be kind of fiddly, but I really, really like fine detail, if you can get it in there. Okay, and as we work around it, I also am going to have to put a little darker color in to, make it stand out. I do not want to wet the background too much because I don't want it to spread. Just really don't. So if you can keep your brush fairly, well, I'm going to say slightly damp, you can get in there the fine detail that you're wanting, that I'm desperately wanting today. This is kind of like, all right. All right, I'm gonna have to dry this so I can make it really stand, these dots to stand out. Okay, so I am going to just keep going and hoping for the best. But my page on Facebook is Lisa's Pretty Little Things. I am known for watercolor portraits of fur babies, real babies, and anything in between. I dearly, dearly love to use watercolors. My degrees are in graphic communication, so we weren't really taught how to use watercolor. We, we work mainly with, in our projects with acrylic. So this fascination was always there, but I never really got to explore with it much. And I don't really know how it all got started again. It's just one day that's what I wanted to do. I started, I will say this, the fascination grew as I began to work on portraits. A family member needed an uplift one Christmas. It was my sister. So I sat down, and all I had in the house was some very inexpensive colored pencils and some typing paper. And, well, no, I had a drawing pad, I did. But it wasn't of good quality. And so, long story short, I did a portrait of her daughter. And Carlene loved it. She loved it. And do y'all see how I'm doing that? I'm going in. I did ink here. White ink. But I'm approaching it differently on this one because I really want it to look more lifelike. Just really, really do. And I started showing different ones what I had accomplished. Well, lo and behold, I got orders. And I just did tons of portraits. And I put on a show. It was many, many years ago now. Alright, and in here, it just kind of fades away. Well, that looks decent. I'm really proud of that. So now, we go back in, and what I'm going to try to do is I'll have to go back in and do a light wash of pink in this area. And try to reserve some of the little white spaces open. To achieve that detail that I'm wanting to get. And I'm kind of doing like a reverse thing so that these little things, stems that are sticking out of that will really trying my best. I use pointillism a lot in my pen and ink drawings, and here again I get to use it in my watercolor. Have fun. Alright, then right here I'm going to fill in a little bit on the petal. Okay. Each petal has these little striations in it. Now, I'm not a learned botanist. I am just trying to get as much detail to make it as realistic as I can. That's kind of my thing. I used liquid masking fluid by Daniel Smith to reserve the white space for me. And I'm kind of working my way in reverse, backward. With a very tiny tip brush. I think it's a 6. It is a 6 round by Mimic, M-I-M-I-K. I got it from Jerry's Artorama. It was very good. I love it. It keeps its point, which is right up my alley. I love it, love it. I did an earlier, well, this is like the 4th video creating this. The other videos and a reel is on Lisa's Pretty Little Things, and you spell that L-I-E-S-A, and then it's Pretty Little Thing. Lisa's, of course, has an apostrophe S. L-I-E-S-A apostrophe S, Pretty Little Things. Now, whenever to add more lifelike appearances to your flowers, if there is a light source, you make sure that you carry that through in your paintings for lifelike. Let me get this straight. You just make sure that you are recreating or incorporating the shadows. This painting is going to be a part of my 3rd collection of flowers in my Etsy shop. I have 2 on there right now. I just started this year and trying to get my artwork out. I want to create some business with my greeting cards. And any help from you all would be appreciated. Even though the USPS is not really helping me out by these frequent increases in pricing, which inhibits the sale of stuff like this, I still have a passion for it. These creations on cards can be framed. All right. And you can see where the sun is brighter here and it's a little bit darker there. It's darker underneath. You know, I could work on this for days and days. I just really, when I was walking by these flowers, I was like, oh wow. You're pretty enough to be a crown for a queen. So pretty. I noticed it had made a little watercolor bloom up here. That happens when you add too much water. It'll separate. You really don't want it to do that. Okay. And I'm just going to do a little bit of a wash there. I like adding just sometimes. I really like to develop, since watercolor dries lighter. I like to add some brighter color to it. Okay. Then okay. Now, whoops, sorry. I kind of lost my white through here. So what we're going to do is dry it. Okay, and then I take my ink, I put it in my nib. Oops. I do this not over. Don't play with the ink over your watercolor piece. You might be disappointed if there's an accident. I push down a little bit on that. Make random different directions here, some shorter. if you make the really short ones denote the ones that are sticking straight up, and the longer ones, of course, on the side, laying down more. This helps create and that creates the little crown. I kind of like that. That turned out really well. Okay. Now, let me look at it. Well, you know, that looks pretty good. All right. Then I put my nib in the water so it will soak. Now, we're going to try to do a light wash for the leaves. We have leaves over here. And I don't know how much that I'm willing to spend on this, how much time. You know, there's a thing called overworking. Don't really want to do that. I want to kind of diminish my lines before, and you kind of need to do that before you paint, because once you paint it, you can't really diminish the lines or erase the lines. And so, and also, you don't really want it to show up much in your painting. Okay, we've only got a few more minutes with this. I decided that I just wanted to keep this video like 30 minutes long. So we'll do that. Okay, here we go. Where is my tiny little brush? You'd think I could keep up with it. Okay, now and I don't think I'll develop it very much right here. I don't know. Now, to do my greens, I have 3 fantastic greens. One is called Daniel Smith, but this one, yeah, they're all by Daniel Smith. And the 3 colors are sap green, perylene green, and undersea green. They're gorgeous, to say the least. And I'm mixing sap green with perylene green to achieve this color. It is a frequent combination of mine. And I may not develop it very much because, I mean, look, the card is only so big. And I'm wanting the eye to let the, let me say this. I want my focal point to be the flowers and not so much the leaves. And I may just let that be it. I have, let's see. Let me see if I can find my cards. Naturally, they're not here when I need them. I don't know what I did with them. Maybe right here. But I'll show you an example, or I thought I could. That's great. Can't find my cards to show y'all. Let me get back to painting. Alright. My sap green and my perylene green together. But if y'all will go to Lisa's Pretty Little Things, you can, and my Etsy shop. Oh, I have a link on my link tree that takes you to my Etsy shop. I do this quite often. If I want a darker area, I just drop color in there. Alright, now, hope I don't regret this move, but I'm thinking that I'm going to just work with a larger brush. And just go through here very loosely. I really like a loose brush action in watercolor. I really do. Okay. And let that dry. And I think that might be all that I do, because that will fade out and it will dry lighter. And let's see, I wish I knew what I had done with my cards so I could show y'all. Oh well. This is so frustrating when you really want to find something. But if y'all will just follow me on Lisa's Pretty Little Things. Here's one of my cards. Well, here's some of my cards. These are not some of my last ones. But do you see, I want to make the flower the star of the show. These are the ones out of my first set. And this is Lisa's Pretty Little Things, Etsy.com. And I would love to see y'all join me over there too. Have a good day. Thank you for watching. Please share. Bye.